Welcome to the Dream Council podcast, and this is the KOF 13 character series where we talk about one character in every episode with the players that play them. And today we're going to talk about Shen with TC Yoshi. What's up, man?
Hey, how are you, man? Shout out to everyone, and I'm happy to be here with you. And I'm happy to share all the information about Shenwu and any other character I can help out with.
Cool, great, man. Thanks a lot, man. So let's just get right into it, man. We're talking about Shenwu, and if you could, can you just give us a brief little summary about his character type, gameplay wise, and what he can do and stuff like that?
Well, when I think of Shen, he's like a very straightforward character. If you're starting to play a game and you're looking for a character that's like super easy to use and like as execution wise and anything he's like very simple to use. He let's see, how can I describe him? I'm trying to like find a character that's similar. He's just like the simplest character. If you want to be competitive in the game and you're looking for like a top tier character, then Shen is the character for you,
Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. He is very, very simple to use, and he has very low execution, and he has good power, good strength, and good normals. And because of that, what things you think he has above or compared to the rest of the cast in KOF 13?
Well, if you compare it to other characters, his damage is like it's ridiculous. His combos are like super easy to do, and you really don't need to like break your head to like perform a combo or play around with your footsies or his frame traps are like super easy to do. So you really don't have to work a lot with this character. You just have to learn the basic combos, learn the HDs, and just mess around with your patterns, to see how he can work with you.
Right. Okay. Cool. That sounds good. What about some disadvantages? What things that you think make him a little on the weak side, or any weaknesses he may have, if you can think of any?
Weaknesses. I think. You know what? He's like very solid. Like he's too solid. I don't think he has like many weaknesses. I think the only weakness would be like he's not much of a grappler, because unless you have like an EX, unless you're gonna perform an EX grab, which is like a one frame grab, I think he's good at that. But his grab is kind of slow. What else? What else does he have? He's like his combos are very simple. It's sort of like they're like not too damaging, but when you really want to like make some damage, you really need like meters. So he's kind of like in a way meter dependent character. Yeah, so I mean, if you don't have meter or drive, you really can't do much. But like just like C and then forward B and then grab or something.
Right. Okay.
Other than that, he's very solid.
Right.
He's solid.
Okay. Do you think he has trouble with starting combos from like a low attack when he doesn't have like meter or much to work from? You think?
Oh yeah, of course. You can actually link down B with down C.
Yeah.
But if you're kind of far, you won't be able to do that. Right. Obviously.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, that's kind of like a disadvantage for him too.
Okay. Yes. So many people probably wouldn't fear his crouching attacks or whatever. I mean, not his crouching, his lows. You know what I'm saying? They'll probably just stay blocking high or whatever. So okay, cool. So why don't we talk about his normal attacks and why don't we start with his standing attacks, and why don't we begin with his stand A or standing light punch?
Stand A. Well, damage. From what I see here, it's 25. So it does a decent amount of damage, I guess. It's a 3 frame hit on block.
Right.
So it's really good for poking like your characters. Like if they want to jump in on you, and you could use that as a tool for to get out of a certain situation or the corner. Has decent amount of range. I think it's his range is really good, and it's he's really good at poking with that A.
Okay. All right. Cool. And next is stand B or stand light kick. What do you think about that?
Oh man, the range on that hit, it's like ridiculous, dude. Like, it's not very fast. It's not as fast as standing A, but you can definitely poke out your character like that. I use it, once in a while when I know I have a decent like range.
Right.
But it's a good poke. I think it's you shouldn't use it a lot, but once in a while it's good. It's good.
Okay. Cool. And next is his standing heavy punch or stand C. How do you like that?
Stand C. It's the range is it's pretty good too. It also absorbs a hit. It does that counter thing.
Oh, the
So if,
auto guard.
yeah, the auto guard. So if a character comes into like if he's jumping in on you, you can actually try to do the stand C and it'll auto guard. Or if he doesn't do nothing, then he'll get hit. Obviously, right? So stand C is pretty good, and that you got to use it all the time. That's the must with this character.
Right. Okay. Cool. And next is his close C, the little gut punch. You know what I'm talking about?
The down C.
Oh, no. It's the close heavy punch.
Okay, the one we just mentioned, right? Like the close one.
I think.
Or are you talking about?
I thought we were talking about the far one, the far
I
punch.
see. Yes, of course.
Yeah, we're talking about the close one, the one that you start his combos with.
Well, okay. You might feel comfortable using that close C
Mm-hmm.
for some Shen players, but what I do is use down C because it's actually faster.
Oh, okay.
So it probably doesn't have as much range, the down C, but it's way faster, and it also links to forward B. So it's pretty good. It's a pretty good tool to use.
Okay, cool. All right, next we're going to talk about his close D. That little standing knee attack. Is that any good?
The range on that, you know what? It kind of like I've noticed that it leaves you like on a block stun. It has a very hard block stun.
Right.
So what you can do is like you can actually delay the D to like a grab or something like that. Something that is kind of like fast in a way. So like it's a good tool to like hit confirm.
Okay.
So if, let's say if you feel comfortable using that close D, then it won't be like it's gonna be easier for you to hit confirm than using a stand C.
Okay.
And it also crosses up. I don't know if some people have noticed some videos that we've done. If you actually hit, that's something more advanced.
Yeah.
But it's also good to know. If you actually if the character's jumping in on you and you manage to hit a D on them, that's stand D, and then if you press AC, it'll actually like it'll flip your sight. I don't know if
Hmm.
you understand what I'm saying.
Is it in
It's like
in HD mode or?
yeah. Let's say once you hit D, you can actually go in HD mode, and it'll flip sights. It's like kind of like a glitch right there. It's pretty interesting.
Wow, that's crazy. Wait, so you say if they jump in on you, or you jump in on them, or what was? That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like if you jump in and you hit him in the air with that close D,
yeah.
then you go into HD mode.
You'll flip to the
You,
other side.
yes, yes. But one thing that you have to remember is that you have to uh, you have to hit him from the back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's pretty useful. Trust me, it is useful. Some people say, it's gonna be hard to perform that or to actually do that in a tournament or in a match.
Right.
But trust me, it's very, very, very useful, and it'll help you out. Like in a tight situation.
Okay. Does he have any more kind of stuff like that we can talk about later? Any kind of
As
weird
far as I
glitch?
know, no, he doesn't have that.
Okay.
And actually, just I know we're just talking about Shen, but there's other characters that have that glitch.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I do remember one of you guys publishing a video that had some kind of glitchy kind of activation stuff. I think Louis Cha and some other people were in the video or whatever. I don't know if that was the right one, but it was weird, man. Like I think
It's like a cross up, but like he kind of disappears,
to the,
and then he appears like the on the other side of the character. It's kind of weird, dude.
right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I definitely remember
I,
seeing a video like that. All right.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Why don't we talk about his far heavy kick? You know, that little round kick he does from afar. Is that good to use sometimes or not?
Uh, I don't use it very much, but you can you can surprise your character. Like in this game, like it's always good to you know mix up your patterns, mix up whatever you like to do. Uh, so it's always good to surprise your opponent with with a far D or something crazy like out of the ordinary.
Right.
So it's a pretty good pretty good way of poking out your character like at a far distance if you know that they're gonna like perform an uppercut or something like that because it's kind of slow. From what I'm reading here, it's like 9 frames on block,
Right.
and I'm not sure how fast it's on startup, but it's good. It's a good poke.
Okay. All right. Why don't we talk about his crouching normals now? Why don't we start with crouch A, the crouch light punch?
Crouch light punch. I don't use that light punch dude, at all. I don't even. I don't use it at all. And actually, I haven't seen anybody use it. So it's really not that useful. But I mean, some people might feel more comfortable using that crouch A.
Okay.
But other than that, I'd rather use like stand A or stand B or something else.
Okay. Moving on to crouch B. Yeah. Why don't we talk about his crouching light kick?
Crouching light kick. That's the one you want to use all the time, pretty much. I think you can, if you're like at a very close range, you can actually perform like 3 down Bs and then a standing B. So that's a really good way to like hit confirm if you want to perform an HD combo,
Yeah.
or if you just want to poke your character. That's the hit that you want to use.
Okay. And it's funny because we're going right into his crouching. See his crouch heavy punch, and you talked a little bit about that earlier. Is there any more you'd like to share with us about his crouching heavy punch?
Oh yes, of course. The range on that is like super ridiculous, dude. like if you know that you're gonna hit him. Like after that, you can actually do forward A, as I
Mm-hmm.
had mentioned before. I mean forward B,
Mm-hmm.
but like the speed of that hit is like ridiculous. It's probably like one of the most like one of the fastest C's or hits, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the fastest in the game. I think so.
Fastest uppercuts, ground
Yeah,
uppercuts.
you can also use it as an uppercut as well.
Oh, okay.
Um, and it'll always it's either gonna hit you or it's gonna counter. It's gonna come out as a counter when they jump in at you.
Right. Okay. But if it's whiff, he's pretty vulnerable, correct?
Uh, his recovery is it's not too slow, but it's not too fast. So you just gotta like mess around with like in terms of punishing him.
Hmm.
You just gotta look at what you can do with a certain character that you're using.
Right.
But
Okay.
it's not that it's vulnerable, but it depends on what character you're using.
Right. And you can also on block or on hit cancel it into his quarter circle 4C feint, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. Cause yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes I use that. If I hit them with it and they block, I like to do the feint or whatever if I can recover faster.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, the thing is that if you get hit by that, I don't think you could get punished.
Hmm.
Um, as far as I know, it's not that slow.
Right. Okay. But the link, the crouch B to crouch C. Do you think every Shen player should try to learn this?
Yes,
Maybe
of
like
course.
after a while, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, once you get to like a level where you're having a hard time to like find those small windows, and you're playing at like a decent competitive level,
Yeah.
you might want to start doing those kinds of things,
Okay.
and just playing around with your footsies and all that stuff.
Right. All right. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I've been working on that myself. I've been working on trying to get that link down. It's a little tough, but I'm getting there slowly, but surely.
Yeah, I don't use it that much, but
Mhm.
I should.
Cool, man. All right, and then last in his crouching normals is his crouching heavy kick.
hmm Well, that's pretty good. I use it once in a while, and you can actually after the couching D, you can perform a that quarter circle forward C,
Hmm.
and then cancel it,
Hmm.
or you can actually do quarter circle forward D, and that's kind of safe, and we'll talk about that like later on, I guess.
Okay, cool.
It's a pretty good frame trap. It's an amazing frame trap. I
Right.
think not a lot of people are using it right now. They should be.
Right. Okay. Cool, man. And also you can also cancel his sweep into that quarter circle back overhead, right?
Oh
Quarter circle
yes,
back
yes, of course.
A.
You can try to delay. You know how that I was talking about that the delay thing.
Hmm.
You can actually delay the down no down D, and then that quarter circle back A, and you'll end up the guard what do you call it? You're gonna break their guard like that, because
Okay.
they think that the hit is, or the frame trap is, you're done with that. So that's pretty good. That's an interesting fact too.
All right. Cool. All right. Next, we're going to talk about the jumping normals, and why don't we start with jump A, the jump light punch.
Jumping, I don't. As I was mentioning before, I really don't use A that much. It's only I only use it for poking,
Hmm.
but it's pretty good. Like if you want to win over like another hit, it'll probably help you out too. So other than that, I really don't use it that much.
Okay. All
But
right.
some people might feel more comfortable using it.
Right. Okay. And next is jump B, the jump light kick. Do you use this one at all?
Not really. I always jump when I jump. I always jump with it's either C or D.
Okay.
I really don't do B, hopping B. But as I mentioned before, you might feel more comfortable jumping with B or jumping in with A. It's
Right.
up to you.
Have you ever seen any other players use jump B before in any situations?
Not really, dude. Not
Okay.
really. Most of the time they're using C or D.
Okay. Cool. All right. Let's
C or
talk about C. Yeah. I think his jump C is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's probably the best option for you when you want to jump in,
Mm.
or when if you want to jump out. Like
Oh yeah.
it's very very strong.
Yeah. I noticed that it has a very wide range or something like that. You know. Like
Yeah, the hitbox.
yeah.
Yeah, of course. I'm telling you, man. It's like the best C out there.
Cool.
Like you want to use it as an uppercut. You want to use it when you jump in. You want to use it, for that auto guard. It's amazing.
Right. Cool, man. And next is the jump D. That's another good one too, right?
Yes, of course. It's also good to like win over a hit if they're jumping in at you. You can actually like super jump and it'll win over a hit. Depends on the obviously it depends on the jump, of your opponent.
Right.
But it does help out a lot too.
Have you ever seen it cross up at all?
I've only seen it with the C,
Hmm.
with jumping C,
Okay.
but it's very hard to perform. I'm guessing it depends on the character you're playing with and like their hitbox. That's just my guess. I don't know.
Okay. Cool. All right. Next is his jump CD. No, actually, you know what? Let's start with stand CD. Then we'll go to jump CD after this one. But yeah, what do you think about his stand CD attack?
It's a pretty good way of poking your character too. And you can actually cancel it with other moves. Like quarter circle back A or quarter circle forward A, and then just it's pretty safe. I think the range is it's pretty good, and it helps you out like to get closer to your opponent. So it's a good tool to use.
Okay, cool. Can it stop some like people hopping in or jumping in at you sometimes if you time it right? You think?
Yes, yes, of course. If you have the timing right, then it also works as an uppercut in a way.
All right, cool. I might
But
have to play around with that.
yeah, of course. Yeah, you should.
All right, and then we're gonna go talk about his jump CD, and this is a really good one, right?
Yeah, man. You always want to use this one too, because you can also get like you really have like a high chance of getting a counter
Mhm.
with this move. And it's his hit stun is like ridiculous too, dude. It's like you can actually jump, like you can probably jump in like 3 times with CD, and your opponent's gonna be like, what do I do now? So
Oh, they're gonna be kind of locked in block stun or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
his block stun is like ridiculous.
Right, but there is a disadvantage to using this move a lot, right?
I guess it depends on like how high you actually like throw it out. Um, some people might, some characters might be able to wait for you, like with a down B or down A or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, of course, if you like, use it too much, I guess, you're gonna end up getting punished for it, somehow.
Okay. And that goes for a lot of different kind of jump CDs too.
Yeah, that actually goes out for the whole game. You know that you can't take advantage of one simple move. Because it's like so good. Eventually you're gonna end up getting punished for it, or you gotta stop doing it because they're gonna read your game.
hmm All right, cool. All right, that's it for his normals, and we're gonna talk about his throw, his normal throw. And do you have any sort of like uh, different setups using his normal throw that you can share?
You know what? I don't use the throw that much.
Okay.
But okay? You know how we have that empty button trick? I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Oh, is when you use the button that's not
Yeah,
assigned to anything? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I guess like you could use it as in like, let's say you knock your opponent down and then you like jump in at them and then you press empty button and then you grab.
Oh.
So your opponent's gonna be like, "What the fuck? Does your button work, or did you want to hit me?" Or
Right.
you could use it that way. But other than that, oh, you know what? Okay, let's say you want to get like ambiguous with your grabs.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say you playing around, uh, and you've managed to grab your opponent like 2 or 3 times, right?
hmm
So after that, your opponent's gonna be like, okay, this guy just keeps grabbing me and grabbing me. I'm gonna try to like, get out of the grabs. So what you want to do after that is, change your pattern right there, because your opponent has that idea right there that you're gonna, keep grabbing him all the time.
Right.
So after that, you can actually like, let's say you like throw him down to the ground, jump in at him, and then pretend you're gonna grab him. You can actually like jump again, and he's gonna throw out his punch, or he's gonna throw out something, to like get out of the grab.
Oh, okay.
And that's another window right there.
Oh,
So that this is kind of like advanced stuff, but trust me, it works. It works for sure. Like it has to work.
wow, that's dirty, man.
Yes, of course. It's you gotta play around like that.
Cool.
That's how this game works.
Yeah, man. That's great. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, dude.
Yeah, of course.
All right, and then next we're gonna talk about his command move, that forward B, the forward light kick, I think.
Yeah. Well, the thing, I only use it when I would just want to link a combo. Other than that, I really don't use it at all. It's kind of like slow. Like other than that, this it's just like another way to link a combo. That's it. That's the way I see it. Some people might get like another idea on how to use it. You know what I haven't tried? This might work. If you if you throw them down to the ground, you can probably like as soon as they're about to stand up, you can probably do forward B and then command grab.
Ah,
So but what's gonna happen there is that probably the B, you're gonna cancel the B, but your opponent's gonna think that he's gonna get hit by that forward B, right? And then all of a sudden you grab him. So you might want to play around with that too, because I haven't played around with that. So it might work, it might not work.
okay.
That's another useful way of playing around with this movement,
Mm.
with this move.
Okay, cool. So it's best to use in the middle of combos, right? Not.
Yeah, it's best to use it as a link. Other than that, it's like it's not very good.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, next we're gonna talk about his special moves, and we're gonna start with his quarter circle forward punch, and we're gonna talk about the normal version and the EX version together. So yeah, what are your thoughts on his quarter circle forward punch? Like any of the the light punch, the heavy punch, EX.
The light punch is very, very safe. Because as far as I know, there's no way of punishing it. Unless you have like a very very fast move or a command grab.
Hmm.
But I don't use it that much. The A. What I do is quarter circle forward C,
Yeah.
and you can actually cancel that. So that's pretty safe. I mean, if it helps you out, like recover faster.
Right.
And its EX move, that's I don't use it at all, dude. Only when like I just want to surprise my opponent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, the thing is that guessing in this game is not like a very good idea.
Right.
So that EX move, I haven't seen anybody use it. Um, but that's about it. That's all I can think about. Like
Okay.
with this.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. That's funny because I tend to use this EX quarter circle forward punch. If people throwing fireballs or whatever towards me, it goes straight through them. And then if I'm close enough, if I have enough stocks, I can hit them with the EX super double quarter circle forward AC. So I think it has its purpose, but I mean I could agree with you that sometimes people may want to use it to like guess or whatever because it's like fast and it's invincible or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it can get you out some stuff too, but again it's kind of risky, because the recovery is bad,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not a good thing to guess.
Right. Okay. Cool. Next, we're gonna talk about his when you charge the punch, the quarter circle forward C. Any thoughts on that?
Mm, well, as I mentioned before, if you're a far range, like if you're very good at messing around with your like mimics and all that stuff, you can actually wait for them to jump in at you,
Hmm.
and then throw out that move. Because remember, you can actually hold it and then cancel it, right? With B or D.
Yeah.
So if you're good at catching him with that movement, you can actually do a super after that.
Right. Okay. That sounds
Yeah, and
cool.
that's you got to look at if depends on the height, actually. So
Right. But a new player, they should practice feigning or whatever, or faking out their opponent with that quarter circle forward C, right? As much as they can.
yeah, you can also use it that way
Hmm.
because after that you can actually grab him. It's a pretty good thing to do. It's just
Right.
canceling it out and grabbing him after that.
Oh, like run grab or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah,
they're like scared.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen
And
one of
then
y'all do that.
you actually recover faster instead of just doing forward, B or doing whatever other move you want to do.
Right. Okay.
And that's
Cool.
it's a good recovery move.
Right. Cool. Yeah, I like using the feint. It kind of reminds me a bit of like Sea Viper when she does her little feint sometimes or whatever to kind of make
Oh, the
people.
little flash thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Next is his quarter circle back A. Then his quarter circle 4A. The overhead or whatever, and the follow up. Yeah. What do you think of that?
Uh, you know what? The recovery on the first move is it's pretty decent. I haven't seen people punish that. I guess they haven't like taken the time. I guess, but if you follow it up with the second move, then you're gonna get punished.
Hmm.
But you can actually play around with your footsies there. That's another window right there. You can actually do like down B, and then your opponent's gonna think you're gonna do another down B, right? But then you can perform that move right there, and then you'll end up breaking your guard because it's an overhead.
Hmm. Right. After you hit him with the quarter circle forward A, if it connects, then you can just like drive cancel into super or whatever. Is that right?
Yeah, you can do that. Or you can do quarter circle forward D,
Mhm.
which is that like kind of uppercut kind of like hit.
Yeah.
Looks like an uppercut.
Yeah.
Then after that you can do super. So it's like a few more hits right there.
Does
Like
that
one
kind
more hit.
does that work in the corner, or is that based off of a drive cancel?
No. You have to perform the drive cancel after
Oh, okay.
the. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay, cool. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's what I was. That's what I was mentioning. I think I said the wrong move, but yeah, it's
yeah.
cool.
No, you can actually do super after that too, but it's always good to like get one more hit out there.
Mhm. All right, cool.
That's the one that's gonna count.
Right. All right. And what do you think about the EX version of that overhead?
You know what? I haven't used. I don't even use that EX. I don't even know why it's there. Aside from like, if I guess if you want to get like flashy with your combos, um, you might want to start using that. But other than that, I haven't seen like people use it that much.
Right. Well,
Uh,
I don't know. I think maybe it's a good little surprise because it's a little faster, maybe. You know.
oh yeah, yeah. It's way more faster, of course. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Then next move on the list, you mentioned this before, is this quarter circle forward kick. The little kind of uppercut that he kind of does on the ground a little bit. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I've been wanting to share this with you guys. Now the what you want to do is use the D version of this move. The B is only for if you want to finish off a combo. But actually, it's better to use the D version because its recovery. It's like it's ridiculous, dude. Like you can only punish it when it's about to like hit you, like right before it hits you. You that's your window right there. Other than that, you can actually do like this is the link right here. You can do C and then forward B and then quarter circle forward D,
Yeah.
and then you can actually link that into another combo right there. You can do that probably like twice. Now, uh, you gotta take note that you gotta use since I use down C.
Yeah.
That's the fastest move he has. So you can actually do that twice right there. That link that I just told you guys.
Okay. So like you
So
said
it's like
crouch.
the best frame trap he has.
Oh, you do all this on block, right? Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
And
That's
actually, if it actually connects too. So after that, if you do, let's say you jump in on them
hmm
and you land the combo, it's like stand C and then jumping C, stand C, and then forward B, and then you perform that move right there.
hmm
You can actually do super right there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like either of them, his supers could connect after that, right?
Actually, no. Actually, it's the 2 meter one.
Oh, okay. The
Yeah.
the arm and or the Super Saiyan.
No, not that one. The arm one.
Okay. Oh, okay. Cool,
Yeah.
cool, 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 cool.
Yeah. You can do the Super Saiyan one, but only in the corner.
Only in the corner. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Um, can either of these or these any of these uppercuts, quarter circle forward kick, good as anti-air to kind of knock them out the move, or should you
Yes.
use something else?
Of course. You can use it. You can also use it as an uppercut. But then again, remember you got to use the D version. The B is like it's kind of like it's faster, but it doesn't have that range. It doesn't have that the recovery.
Right. Okay. Cool. What
So
do you?
that move is one of the moves that you want to take advantage of.
Okay. Yeah, because you said not a lot of people use that, right?
Yeah, and it's like once it hits you, there's no way of punishing it.
Right. Okay. Very cool. What do you think about his EX quarter circle forward kick?
Oh, that's another way of if you want to get some damage, that's it's a really good move because after you can actually do BC and then EX and then another quarter circle forward D and
Hmm.
then another one and then you can actually do stand D after that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so it's a really good way of messing around with the combos. If you only have 1 meter, uh, that's one of your options right there.
Good damage too, right?
Yes, of course, of course.
All right, cool. All right, and next is his half circle back forward punch, the command throw. How do you like using that one in battle?
Well, as I said before, it's kind of like his grab is kind of slow,
Hmm.
but the only time I use it is when like they least expected. Let's
Okay.
say my opponent, let's say I'm attacking my opponent, and they expect for me like hit him again.
Yeah.
So what I do is like just grab him or just run towards him and just grab him or empty button and then grab him. Um, Another thing you might want to know is if you press, let's say your opponent's crouching and you land a combo on them. Like let's say you press down B and then stand A.
Hmm.
That'll actually whiff because I'm talking about on block. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say he's blocking and then you do down B and then stand A.
Yeah.
You can actually grab him after that. Like if you time it right, you can grab him after that. So instead of that's a really good mix up. Instead of just like hitting him, that's another pattern that you might want to consider.
Right, because you said the stand A will miss them because they're crouching and they're
Yeah.
blocking, right? And
Yes.
the throw will kind of come out a little late because they may think they're going to get hit, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a very fast grab, so that's why that frame trap works or that pattern, whatever you want to call
Hmm.
it.
Damn, that's cool, man. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. How do you like his EX version of that command throw?
Yeah. Oh man, I use it all the time. Because most of the time I'm trying to like land a combo or you know perform an HD combo with him because that's how the character works, right?
Right.
But you can also play around with that grab. That's another option right there. And after that, you can actually like do quarter circle back A and then quarter circle back. I mean quarter circle forward A again,
Yeah.
and then you can do cancel that into that uppercut move,
Yeah.
and then super. That's he has so many options right there. So it's a one train grab as well. So it's pretty good. The range, I think it's very it's super far. So
Okay. Cool, man. Do you know if it's invincible at the startup at all? Do you think it goes through any
oh
moves?
yeah, it is invincible at the startup.
Okay, cool. But not by much, right?
Not much. It's like very fast, dude.
Okay.
So
All right, cool.
I don't think you want to use it like to avoid I don't know a projectile or something.
Right. You know that's funny because speaking of projectiles, next is his quarter circle back C, his reflect move, and yeah, what are your thoughts on that one? Do you use that one a lot against projectile characters?
Not really. You know what? This character is he's more dangerous when he has mirrors. So you got to think about your strategy with this character.
Right.
Whether it's like if you want to perform an HD, you got to find a way to like charge. You got to find a way to get some meters, right?
Right.
So what you want to do is that if you're playing against a fireball character, you might want to like block a few fireballs so that you can you can get some meter, you can get some some HD, you know.
Oh, okay. So you think it's more useful to just block than just
Yeah,
reflect it,
yeah.
right?
Most of the time, you might want to block that. You know, so I really don't use it that much. Unless you want to like surprise your opponent. Like if they're like at a close range, and they throw a fireball at you, they might think this guy's gonna block. No, but you can actually block that. You can actually disappear that fireball with
Right.
that movement,
Hmm.
and then you can do like a super or something like that.
Right. Oh, and actually, my mistake. I said reflect. It doesn't like reflect like psycho reflect. It just like makes it disappear, like you said, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. All right. We have his special moves completed. Why don't we go into his desperation moves, and we're gonna talk first about the double quarter circle forward punch. What do you think about that one?
It's pretty good if you want to like wait for your opponent to jump in at you. It's not very very fast, but then again, like if you have that good eye, and if you know how to guess very well,
Hmm.
you might want to use it as in like an uppercut or something like that. And it's also it has a very 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 good range.
Right. Okay. Cool. And it goes through projectiles as well, right?
Yes, of course, yeah.
All right. Cool. And is is there any kind of wide difference between that one and the EX version, except for damage?
Mm, I think the hitbox is a lot bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, but other than that, no, there's no difference.
You think it's
It's
a little
just no,
faster?
it's just speed. Yeah, the speed changes obviously.
Okay.
Speed and damage.
Okay. Cool. All right. And next is his CABC like Super Saiyan Dragon install move. And what's your thoughts on that one?
That's a pretty good tool right there because if they actually like throw you to the ground, you can actually do that move right there,
Hmm?
and you can delay the C, right? So you can press the three first buttons,
Yeah.
and then after that, if you see them jumping in at you, you can actually do that. I think I'm not sure how fast that is, but it's really I think it has a decent speed on startup.
Right. Okay. I know that some beginners may have trouble kind of like performing this move or whatever without seeming too obvious by just whiffing a C or whatever. You know what I mean? Are there any other kind of like secret ways to like hide it or something like that you could share?
Oh well, you can actually like okay, the way this what is it called? The way this super works is that you can actually delay all those four buttons.
Hmm.
You can actually press them like at a very slow pace.
Right.
So what you can do is you might want to like practice a little bit with that pattern right there. And once you get it, you can actually do it, fast, or it's up to you. Like if you want to like press it slow,
Hmm.
or what I do is like press the buttons very lightly so that my opponent doesn't hear. And then after that, you just press C, and that's it.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good. And if it's whiffed or whatever, or someone blocks it or whatever, while you try to wake up with it, like you're gonna get punished hard, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's not as in it doesn't have a really good recovery. So
Yeah.
yeah, it just stays there.
All right. Cool. And as far as like the exact amounts of like the strength increase and defense decrease or whatever, like people could just check the wiki for that or whatever. We're not going to go into specific numbers or whatever, but we'll move on to his Neomax, and that's quarter circle forward, half circle back. uh, light punch, heavy punch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
I only use it when it's just performing an HD combo. Other than that, I don't recommend you using it. Just like out of like nothing. Um, yeah, yeah, because I'm not sure if it's like invincible when it's like going towards you. So
Hmm.
I think you can actually like stop it before it gets to you.
Hmm.
So and it's not very fast. So you just want to use it when you're performing in HD.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. Next is we're gonna just talk about just a few of his combos, and I know you've kind of mentioned a few of them. We were kind of talking about the normals and stuff like that. But what's a good basic combo a new Shin player should try to learn? You think?
Basic combos. The ones I mentioned before.
Hmm.
I mean, you obviously everybody is gonna do that. That link. That's stand A. I mean stand C and then forward B, right?
Yeah.
So after that, what you want to do is if you have, it all depends on your meters. It all depends on what you have. Um, let's say you only have like a drive and 1 meter. So after that two-hit link, you might want to do quarter circle back A,
Yeah.
and then quarter circle forward A, and then you cancel it into that quarter circle forward D,
Hmm.
and then after that you can perform the super right there.
Okay. Cool.
So that's one of his basic combos right there.
Right.
And if let's say you only have 1 meter and no drive, as we mentioned before, that EX move that he has, that quarter circle forward D,
Hmm.
it really does a lot of damage. So I think if you land a combo like from the air, you can actually do about like 400
Hmm.
with that just 1 meter. So it's better to use it like with an EX move instead of just like wasting a meter right there.
Right. Okay. Cool. Um.
Let's see what else. Let's say you have like 2 meters. Um, you can actually do like an EX wrap,
Hmm.
and then you can do a quarter circle forward D, and then you can actually you get like a free juggle right there.
Hmm.
You can do that. I think 2 times, and then after that you can hit him like with a stand D.
Okay.
So that's another window right there. I mean, he has like so many combos that we'll probably like never end with this discussion. But
Yeah.
uh, what I recommend is that it's better for you to like um to save your HD
Yeah.
so that you can because he does like decent damage with his HD combo. Like, well, not actually. I got that wrong. He does like he's exaggerating with this. Yeah, dude. Like he's very. That's why he's a top tier character. Because
Right.
I think that he's some people might not agree with me, but I think that he's probably the best anchor in the game
Okay.
because of how good his HD combos are and how good his normal combos are. His like basic combos.
Right.
Most of the combos you can actually perform like you can actually do like 400, 300 to 400, of damage. Some of them you can do like up to 500, I guess, with like 2 meters. So you don't need a lot, but yeah, he's just basic character. That's how he is.
Right. Okay. Cool. Real quick, are there any certain block strings that you think a new player should try to learn against opponents that are blocking that are real safe to use? I know you mentioned his using his quarter circle forward D,
Hmm.
against opponent in the corner, then linking with his crouch C. But is there any others or any kind of way that someone should try to like practice? his block strings without like going all the way into his like quarter circle back A and stuff like that or whatever, you know?
Uh-huh. Well, no, he's just no. Like I mentioned before, he's a very like straightforward character.
Hmm.
So you're not gonna be performing like a lot of patterns.
Right.
You just gotta mess around with its grabs and the things that I mentioned before, the footsies and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But most of the time you're just gonna jump in, do C, then stand C, forward B, and then whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Or you can also do you can jump in and then C and then down B like 4 times, three times down B and then standing B. Um, Other than that, that's it. He doesn't have a lot, but that's it's all that he needs. There's no
Right.
he
Okay.
doesn't really need more.
All right. Cool. Why don't we talk just real quick about his HD combos that you mentioned before? Um, so his HD combos are pretty easy, right?
Yeah. His execution is it's very easy.
Okay.
Um, Most of the time you're just gonna be performing the same combo. It all depends on like where you are on the screen.
Hmm.
But if you're if you're far away from the corner, you're always gonna be performing the same combo. Other than that, let's say you manage to land an HG combo near the corner. What you're gonna do is you repeat that same link that he has,
Yeah.
and then after that you're gonna have to grab him, and then after that you're gonna do quarter circle forward A, and then quarter circle forward D, and you're gonna be repeating that same pattern for like about 5 or 6 times, I believe.
Hmm.
And then after that, you can finish it off with the Super or Neomax or that Super Saiyan explosion. And that's probably the most damaging combo he has in the corner.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so you just gotta look at where you're at in the screen.
Right. Okay. Cool. All right. Next is his. Why don't we just talk about just some brief strategies, man? Like, why don't we start? If you could share some things a player should do, both offensively and defensively, uh, far away, mid range, and close, if you could.
Okay, so let's say, well, if you're at a close range, like I said, he's a very like basic character. So the way I play with him is just poke, 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 and then if they jump in at me, just down C. Every once in a while, I'm gonna try to grab him with an EX move or just a regular move. Um, let's see, what else can you do? Um, that's it, man. Like he's okay. The thing is that the way I pick my characters,
Yeah.
um, is that I look at their pokes. So if they had really good pokes and like a really good uppercut, then that's all I need. So Shen, he might not have an uppercut, but he has that really really good down C.
Right. Okay.
So you're gonna be doing that down C all the time.
Right. Okay.
And obviously you gotta be doing that at a close range because you can get punished for that too.
Right. How would someone stop or try to get in if they're just throwing fireballs at Shin all the time? If they have like King or someone like that, or Athena, like what do you think they should do to kind of break from being zoned out?
Yeah. Well, like I said before, it's better to block those fireballs because you're gonna be charging meter and
Oh.
you're gonna be charging a lot of meter. So what you want to do is like mess around, just play around with their zoning, and once you get like 1 meter or two, you can actually like threaten your opponent with a super.
Hmm.
And you gotta keep in mind that it goes through all the fireballs. So they're not gonna be throwing the fireballs all the time.
Right.
Um, You can also like what I try to do is like try to get as close as possible to them so that they won't be throwing fireballs at me.
Hmm.
Um, that's just the way to play like a zoning character. You just get close to them so that they won't like zone you out.
Okay.
You have the tool. You have several tools right there. You can jump a fireball. You can roll a fireball. Just as long as you do it safely, then you're good to go.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, next, why don't we just talk a little bit about the best team position for Shen? And you said you believe he's like one of the best anchors in the game, and I have seen people place him in the front or in the second place position in the team. And can you share with us just real briefly on the different advantages or disadvantages of the different team placings if someone just decides not to put him third?
Okay. Well, if you decide to place him first, you're obviously not gonna have meter, and AC, so you're gonna have a hard time, trying to get in or trying to like perform a combo right there. You're just gonna have to like work out, work that game out like with like basic combos and just basic solid strategy
Hmm.
because you really don't have anything to work with.
Right.
Um, but I mean, Shen, he's like with what he has, he really I think he's good like in any position. Because if you actually like if he performs good like in the first match, let's say you have him on point,
Hmm.
uh, you're gonna have something to work with on the second round, right?
Right.
So if you have like let's say you built your HD meter, if you play it smart, you can actually land a combo on them on the second round.
Hmm.
So it all depends on how you manage your meter during the first round.
Okay. Cool.
Now, if you place them on second, um, it all depends on your first character. If your character is like a battery builder, um, then Shen is going to have everything to work with. During the second round.
Okay.
Yeah. So it all depends on your first two characters. It all depends on how well they perform. And obviously, like let's say you have Shen on third. If you have have like 4 or 5 meters
Hmm.
and the whole HC, then you're gonna do good. You're gonna just wait for that down B, or you can do an EX grab, or you have everything to work with.
Right. All right. Cool. All right. Next is why don't we just talk about maybe some character matchups? Do you think there's a character or two that gives Shin some trouble? And if so, what gives that character Shin some issues?
Let's see. Probably the zoning characters, like fireball characters.
Hmm.
He doesn't have fireball, so he can't. He has to get in somehow.
Yeah.
Um, who else? Who else? Probably the characters that have more range with their normals, or let's see, like for example, King.
Yeah.
King is a fireball character, and her stand B is like super super fast, and she has like more and more range than Shen's stand B.
All right.
Well, that's just my opinion. Some
Right.
people might not agree with this, but trust me, it's like super super fast for stand B, and I think she's pretty good against Shen. Who else? Who else? Well, there's several characters. Just as long as you zone them out, then you're gonna give Shen a hard time.
Right. Okay. Cool. All right. Why don't we talk a little bit about some notable Shin players, besides yourself. But are there any other Shin players that a new player should try to look up online or something like that, where they can try to learn some stuff from? You think?
Uh, yeah. Well, first of all, I suck with Shen, dude. I just I guess I just understand the character very well because I've been playing with him since the arcade version of this game.
Yes.
So I understand it very well. But if you want to look out for like certain players, you might want to see how Chris KOF plays with Chen
Mhm.
or Matt KOF. Let's see who else plays with Shen. I think Bala started like yeah, Bala has Shen too.
Mhm.
So those it's those type of players that you want to look out for because even though Shen is like a very basic character and he's very like straightforward, as I mentioned before, he you can actually like mess around with how you can like play with him.
Right.
You're not gonna see me playing like another. You're gonna see different styles of Shens.
Okay.
So players like Bala or Chris KF or Matt KF. I think those three would be good.
Okay. Cool. All right. So yeah, let's wrap things up, and why don't we do a brief recap on some things a new player or a player that's trying to level up his Shin should and should not do. What do you think? There are some like what kind of do's and don'ts you think a new player should do or don't do?
Should do is just poke as much as you can. Poke as much as you can because that's gonna build up your meter and that's gonna help you out set up your frame traps and it'll help you out with your footsies too because you can you're gonna get into your character's your opponent's mind and he's gonna be thinking that you're gonna be poking him all the time but then again you gotta remember that you have a grab you have a way of getting in easily because you can hit confirm with a down B. There's so many tools that Shen has, and I think the poking strategy is the best thing to do with him.
Okay.
And what you should not do with him, let's see. Don't stay in the corner with this character because even though he has like a lot of tools to defend himself, it's in this game, it doesn't only work with Shen. It works with I'm talking about like all the characters. Stay in the corner. If you stay in the corner, it's a very very bad idea because we don't have many options right there. What else? What else shouldn't you do? Oh, don't guess, of course. Never guess. You're never supposed to guess with this. Not only Shen, but everybody.
Okay.
Guessing in this game is like, that's your death sentence.
Okay, cool, man. All right, I think that's about it, dude. Man, thanks for so much for talking with us.
No, thank you, man. Thanks for having me here. And thanks for inviting me. I hope I can share more stuff with you and the rest of the community with with other characters, and I'm willing to help out as much as I can here.
All right, cool. Thanks. All right, well, that's about it for this episode. We just finished talking about Shin, and that's about it. All right, peace.
All right, bye.